My friends, in the previous chapter we got acquainted with the main environment of Microsoft Excel. As you can see, the ribbon has different tabs and tools, each of which has different uses. But in this chapter, we want to get to know the tabs and tools that we work with more in the introductory course. The tools related to functions and formula writing will be fully discussed in the Advanced Excel course. So let's get to know their uses together. The first tab at the top of the ribbon on the left side is the File tab, which includes the main options we need, such as New, Print, Save, Save As, Share, Export, Open, and Close. Also, the More option is located in this tab, which is used to add additional and advanced features. Let's see together the uses of each. We use the New option to open a new file in Excel. Even when we have an open file, clicking this option will open a new file for us and we can use it. Next is the Open option. In the Open option, we can open our existing files. In this section, the files are visible, and by clicking on the desired file, we can access it and then use it. Using the Info option, we can see the information about our Excel file. Information related to features, date of creation, date of last modify, and many other information can be seen in this section. Then we use the Save option to save the existing file, but when we want to have another copy of our file in another place, we use the Save As option. Then to print the current file, we use the Print option. This option has different settings that we will learn about its capabilities and applications during the course. Then is a Share option. When we want to send our file via email to one or more other users, we use the Share option. And by using this option, we will share the desired file with others. To convert our file to PDF or XPS, we use the Export option. We can also change our file type from the Change File Type section. There are different options in this section. After choosing the option we want, we can save it as to have our own original file. And then, when we want to exit our Excel file, we can click on the Close option. But the More option. As you see, there are two options here. By clicking on the Account option, we can enter our user account. And from the Office Theme section, we can change our Office theme, which we set to white. The next option in More is Option. By clicking on this option, a window will be opened. There are various options for default settings such as font size, font style, number of sheets, and many other tools. By clicking on each of these menus, we can see all the defaults and tools for changing them. And by using these tools, we can use Microsoft Excel better and more easily. My friends, the Home tab is one of the most used tabs, and there are options related to data formatting in this tab. Join me to learn about the different and useful tools of this department. The first group from the left on the Home tab is the Clipboard group. Suppose we want to repeat the content of this cell in another cell. For this, we use the copy option. By selecting this option, you will see that the border of this cell will be green dotted line. To remove the cell from the copy mode, you must press the ESC button on the keyboard. Now, in order to perform the copy operation, we must use the paste tool. My friends, the paste tool has no meaning without the copy tool. Paste actually executes the operation. The cut tool is used when we want to transfer the content of one cell to another cell. Note that the difference between copy and cut is in the word transfer. That is, copy repeats the content in another cell, but cut transfers the content to another cell. To perform the cut operation, we must use the paste tool. And as you can see, this is the Format Painter part. Formats in Excel specify things such as text color inside the cell, background color, font, size, cell border type, cell alignment, and other such things. Now, if we want to transfer these formats from one cell to another, we must use the Format Painter tool. Of course, we transfer the format, not the content. For example, if we have a cell with these features and we want to transfer these features to the cell next to it, we first select it and then click on the Format Painter option, and you will see that the tool is activated. Now, by clicking on the desired cell, those features will be transferred. We reach the font group from the Home tab. My friends, by default, there are 10 tools in this section. Using this tool, you can choose the font of the text inside the cell. For this, we first select the cell. Then, using the font drawer, we click on the desired font. Usually by default, the font size in Excel is 11. But if we want to increase or decrease the size of the text inside the cell, we can choose the desired size from the drawer of this section. Also, each time you click on this option, one size is added to the selected cell's font size, and each time you click on this option, one size is reduced from the selected cell's font size. When we want the text inside our cell to be more colorful, we use this option and make it bold, and this tool makes our text stand out more. If we want to make the text italic, we use this option. And now you will see that the text is italic. By clicking on this option, a line will be created under the text of the cell. By clicking on the bottom arrow, a window will be opened. And we can use these options to change this line and choose our desired color. My friends, by using the border section, we can border around the Excel cells. Each cell is a four-sided rectangle. By using this tool, we can edge each of these sides. At first glance, it may seem that all Excel cells have gray borders, and border only makes the borders bold, but this is not the case. When we want to print from a table in Excel, if we don't use border around the cells, you will see that the cells will be printed without borders. My friends, the fill color option is for changing the cell to the desired color. If the desired color is not in this section, click on the More Color option and select the desired color from the open window. In this section, we can change the color of the text inside the cell. In this section, we want to learn about the alignment tools from the Home tab. There are 7 sets of tools by default in this section. This is the vertical alignment tool. When we increase the height of the cell, we will see that the content inside the cell will be placed at the bottom. If we want to move the content vertically to the middle, up or down, we use this tool. Now, if we move the same content to the middle, left or right, we use this tool, which is for horizontal alignment. Now, if we want the text inside the cell to be oriented, we can use the orientation tool. This tool contains 5 options. The angle counterclockwise option rotates the text inside the cell anticlockwise. The angle clockwise option rotates the text inside the cell clockwise. The vertical text option shows it in letters and vertically. The rotate text up option displays the text vertically and upward. And the rotate text down option displays the text vertically and downwards. If the above options don't meet your expectations, you can click on the Format Cell Alignment option. And from the opened window, make more settings with the tools in this section. And then, if we type a text that exceeds the width of our cell, we use the Wrap Text option to be able to place it in the cell. By selecting this option, you will see that the cell is enlarged and the text is completely placed in it. My friends, the Merge and Center tool is used to merge several cells. There are different options in this section. If we select the desired area for merging, you will see by selecting the Merge Across option, the merging is done line by line. The difference between the Merge and Center option and the Merge Cells option is that by selecting the Merge and Center option, the text inside the cell will be displayed aligned. But the Merge Cells option doesn't have this feature. And then, as you can see, the Unmerged Cell option is also used to remove cells from merging mode. In this section, we will learn about the commonly used tools that are located in the Page Layout tab. My friends, we use the tools in the Page Setup group to determine the page size and other necessary settings for printing the worksheet. By clicking on the Margins option, a list of suggested page dimensions will be displayed for us. By clicking on the Custom Margins option, we will enter the General Settings section of this tool. As you can see in the opened window, in the Page tab of the Orientation option, we can change the page mode. In the Page Size section, we can also choose the dimensions of the page. In the Margins tab, there are settings related to the size of the page margin for printing, and we can increase or decrease these sizes according to our needs. In the Header and Footer tab, we can also create header and footer for the worksheet. But in the Sheet Options section, you can set the page direction and print or not print the names of rows and columns and lines of the worksheet during printing. If we want the lines of the worksheet to be displayed on the page during printing, we enable the Print option. Otherwise, we disable its tick. And if we want to display the column name and row number in the worksheet during printing, we activate the print tick, and otherwise we deactivate it.